Just when you think you've solved it, you're dead wrong.
They were handcuffed and later taken to jail.
Why are they putting this on us?
I think they should cut it out now, because this ain't gonna solve the problem.
I told you I don't want you living with roaches.
Warning, this show contains graphic depictions, explicit and real-life accounts of the most nefarious of activities. Yea, though they do try to project themselves as upstanding, productive members of society, these two knuckleheads just ain't worth a damn. If any of you should find this show to be offensive, turn it off and stop being such a vagina.
Stop being such a vagina. What's up, Reloaded504 Rians?
What?
Hey, let's do a shot because we already got it poured and laid out.
Let's do it. I feel like it's been sitting there for so long, it might be coagulated a little bit.
We're doing shots of
Brass monkey!
That funky monkey.
Yeah, so for all the listeners out there, I looked up Brass Monkey, obviously because of the Beastie Boys, and it turns out it was something that used to come in a can already mixed in a store. It's like some cocktail or some shit, right? But they don't make it anymore, so I was looking up recipes, and they run the gamut. Everything from fucking like malt liquor and orange juice to rum and vodka and orange juice and pineapple juice, all this other shit mixed together. So we got one rendition of Brass Monkey, and that's what we're shooting.
Yo, so I'm curious
evening.
to know, I'm sorry to cut you off, I'm curious to know if anybody out there is familiar with Brass Monkey. Of course, everybody out there is familiar with Brass Monkey, the Beastie Boys song, but familiar with a recipe of Brass Monkey, because I'll be completely honest with you, I'm a huge B-Boy fan, and I'm of age to where I've had ample time to search what Brass Monkey is, but I have no idea what the fuck it is.
Yeah, that was my first experience. Anyway.
So, and I'm not gonna lie. So the recipe that Dave found is not half bad.
It's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be shooting this shit all night.
Right. And
Well
shooting
into
it
the wee
till,
hours.
It's until.
Speaking of getting lit, so this next subject comes up in movies, and I've heard of this from the internet before. It's booze-soaked tampons. How does this work? I have no idea.
So I'm guessing like a cherry bomb, right? Like you just dump a bunch of cherries into a vat of alcohol, and then you imbibe that cherry, and then you get fucked up. So, AKA, you dip a tampon into a vat of alcohol, and then you stick that tampon in your vag, and you get fucked up.
Yeah. Apparently very quickly, because apparently, medically speaking, it bypasses your liver and the bloodstream, all of that shit. So it just absorbs right into your tickle spot.
Wow. So is this potentially a loophole in the medical world?
I don't know, man. I know on 1,000 Ways to Die, they verified this shit.
I don't know how.
Well, it was an enema.
That show is or was or.
Yeah, but okay, maybe you got me there. But this dude couldn't drink alcohol for whatever reason. It was like a esophageal situation or something.
Yeah.
And so he gets his wife to dump a bottle of booze in his butthole, and then he dies.
Enema, like via enema?
Yeah. And he fucking died from it.
Okay. But like, if she dumped the whole fifth of vodka in his ass, like, yeah, maybe like if you shoot a fucking fifth of vodka, you might die.
What the fuck?
I would never want to do that.
Like, yo, what do you put in a person's obituary? He died bravely.
He died. He died doing research. Oh, I don't know.
He found the bottom of a bottle in his bottom. Rest in peace. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I mean, his wife loved him.
Yeah, apparently way too much. 2012, at the University of Tennessee, the Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity got in trouble, made the news. Guy got sent to a hospital because he did the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
They made him dump booze up his butt.
It's not an uncommon occurrence. It's not something that,
I had no idea, bro.
Okay, so this is the first time you've ever heard of this?
Yeah, well, 1,000 Ways to Die episode was the first time I've ever heard of imbibing alcohol in any other way than, you or I do.
Yeah, no, it actually became a thing, like, on college campuses with people, like, doing it in their ass, basically, because it's faster. Now, I didn't know that it bypassed, like, vital organs like the liver or anything like that.
Yeah, man, it's not in your circulatory system. Doesn't go through your GI, none of that shit.
Well, that's fucking science to me, bro. So yeah, but no, that's the only knowledge that I have of it. And I just like to make a disclaimer real quick. Anything and everything that I say during the entire span of this podcast is not to be taken with any. This is a word that I'd like to use. Seriosity.
Seriosity?
Yeah.
Is that like viscosity?
It's a little bit less lubricated than viscosity would be.
Less lubricated, but none the same osity.
It just holds traction. I'd like to think better.
True. Okay.
So anyway, the seriosity of my banter here is to be taken with not much seriousness.
Yeah, I would say the same for myself.
That's just
don't go trying to verify what I say. Cause,
just a little disclaimer of mine that I'd like to put out there.
Just fucking sit back and be entertained and don't hold me to it. Because I'm not going to claim it.
But seriously, everything. I'm the realest motherfucker there is, yo.
All right. Todd's the realest man you know.
You heard?
Reloaded504ians.
But you don't quote me, boys, but I ain't said shit.
You can call us anytime. Let us know if you're a real motherfucker too. 504-457-8011.
Call us, dog.
Yeah.
If you real as me, let me know.
Yeah.
I want to hear about it. I bet you ain't.
You ever notice you can call any business at any time and
Ain't's in the dictionary.
Their quote unquote.
I can say that in business meetings.
Can I finish?
Dave's getting fucking angry at me.
But
Dave ain't my daddy.
Are you done yet?
Yep, I'm done.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay, do your thing.
As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. Have you ever noticed when you call at any time, 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you call a place of business and they say, quote unquote, we're experiencing an unusually high call volume. Or they'll say like, listen closely because our menu options have changed.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Man.
They're all saying the same fucking thing. It's got to be bullshit.
Well, I mean, first of all, what you're saying is that we have unusually high volume, aka we haven't hired enough people.
Yeah, we're incapable of running a business.
We're fucking flawed.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to deal with it. Again, man, this is where I just keep hitting 0 and yelling representative into the phone, and the robot's eventually gonna get sick of you.
Yeah, I'll be like, customer service.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you say because they'll say, input your customer number or say your first and last name. And then as soon as you finally reach somebody with a pulse, they're going to ask you the same fucking questions again. So you're going to have to repeat yourself.
And it's super fucking, it's like fucking nerve grinding, but it's also refreshing to be able to talk to somebody. And usually I'm so salty by that point. I'm like, look, motherfucker, I'm just going to let you know I've been on hold for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So you can take that for what it's worth. What you got?
What are you saying?
That I preface them with yo, I'm about my shit right now, so you better fucking come with your A game.
You should start with, I'm kind of pissed off because I keep having to repeat myself and I was put on hold with a fucking robot that's talking gibberish the whole time.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's all encompassing, bro. That's pretty much what I'm telling dude. Yo. Yeah, that's an unfortunate situation. But I've pretty much mastered customer service. Dude, we were talking about Udemy, right?
Yeah.
I should fucking Udemy a customer service thing, bro. That's pretty much probably one of my strongest points ever. There's not a lot of shit that I'm kind of good at a lot of stuff, but I'm really good at fucking with customer service people.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I just had a moment of clarity in my own self.
Oh, I got you. It's a talent that maybe you've perfected over the years.
I might be able to monetize that shit.
Huh. So you're good over the phone.
Very good, I think.
We had a caller. I'm trying to see if I can locate. We had a caller leave a voicemail, and it was directed towards you.
Me.
Yeah, and so let's see. This is a voicemail, so it's not going to be exactly your phone skills, but I don't know. Let's give it a whirl. Let's see what this thing does.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's see.
Let's fucking do it. So is this an outside caller trying? He's got.
I've been seeing you around New Orleans, Dog Crane. Ever since the day you were getting in your car, you dropped your keys, you bent over. That ass looks tight, tight, Dog Crane. I've been following you ever since.
Wait a minute. We gotta get this. We gotta get this on the.
I
On
mean,
the thing. I couldn't hear it. Okay. All right. Wait. Wait. Hold on.
Todd Crane. I've been seeing you around New Orleans, Todd Crane. Ever since the day you were getting in your car.
This dude sounds
And you
mad
dropped your
creepy.
keys, and you bent over. That ass looks tight, Todd Crane. Todd, I've been following you ever since. Keeping my eyes on that tight ass of yours, Todd. That tight butthole.
I don't know what to fucking say about
You
any
need to
of
keep
this.
it nice and tight for me, Todd. I've been
Hey, bro,
looking for
this
you,
is
Todd,
some
and I've
fucked
been
up
watching
shit,
you.
man.
And that ass
Who the fuck is this?
Todd Crane.
You have to know.
Real tight.
This is on your phone, son.
You need to
Oh wait.
keep an eye out for me, Todd.
Listen.
'Cause I'm coming to get that tight ass, Todd.
No, bro, you ain't coming to get nothing.
I don't know the number. This is the 504-457-8011. This is Reloaded 504.
No, he actually sounds familiar. I think I know that voice, and
Well, you need to tell your boyfriends to stop calling our hotline.
well, no, I think it's all coming into context now. He's just disgruntled. I understand.
Man, that's risque, to say the least. That was 50
It
Shades
was.
of
It was.
fucked
It
up.
was quite saucy.
That was an unusually high call volume.
I tell you what, man. I mean, I blushed a little bit.
You're going to have to come up with a retort.
Well, I mean, I tell you what.
Send it out to him. He's got to be listening.
Okay, so listener X.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in. Why don't you go ahead and let me know where you're at, and I'm gonna come see you real soon. That's really all I got, man. Hit me up. I want to know where you're at.
That's awesome. He's gonna give you the loving of your life.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some
his wife.
intimate penetration.
He's gonna
You
make you think
finna
twice.
get penetrated in all kinds of all holes and ways.
Hey, bro, you might be exciting him a little bit too much right now. It sounds like he's a real enthusiast of the Todd Cranium.
Boom.
All right, well, that was special. Keep the calls coming in. That one...
Love the fans.
Yeah,
Love 'em.
that was unexpected. That just came in a few seconds ago, by the way. So I figured I'd have to play
It's
it.
crazy, bro. I mean, I feel very uncomfortable with that.
I would, too.
But I mean, you're used to that type of shit. I'm not.
Don't bend over to pick up your keys ever again.
That's it. I think maybe he said that, right?
You need a GoPro in your butthole so you could watch who's watching you.
Pro in your butthole.
Yeah.
That already seems like they call that. Okay, so I watched something today about a woman who. Man, this is kind of a sad story. I don't want to go there, man.
Okay.
I mean, I can. It's about breast cancer or whatever. It's an uplifting story.
No, man, don't bring us down with this bullshit. I want to
Jeez.
drink and fucking party.
So she lopped her tits off
Okay.
because her entire family had the boob cancer.
Uh-huh.
And then after she cut the boobs off, she popped out some kids.
Uh-huh.
And then was like, all right, I've had the kids. I'm going to chop my poon off. Or not that, but she had the girl, like the hysterectomy.
Roger.
So chopped the ovaries out.
Right.
And then got the test again. And the doctor was like, yo, you never had that gene. And so she's like, so I chopped my whole...
Everything out for no reason.
Parts out for no reason.
Jesus, dude, I would spend my lifetime suing the fucking
But
medical
she's completely
establishment.
cool with it. She's like, I love the way that my body can, like, I can jump on a water slide and not even have to worry about my nipples anymore.
She's very aerodynamic now.
Exactly.
I got you. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's a success story, I guess.
Dude, we're talking about silver lining to every story.
A Silver Surfer. He's got no tits.
None. Not
He
even
glides
fucking,
around all day long.
Doesn't have nipples.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was a fucking she was awesome.
So, segue to beauty product ads and commercials.
Sign her up.
Well, I'm just saying. Look, I was. This was a complaint I had anyway. I was going to mention it. They feature chicks that are already beautiful using something that's supposed to remedy a problem that makes you less desirable, you know, or like the before and after pics. But these women are already gorgeous. Like they didn't need the shit in the first place.
Right.
So they didn't use this product. They're not a result of its effectiveness. They're fucking lying to us, is what I'm saying. And they'll show the dudes with the before and after pictures where, like, the dude's got a gut and now he's all muscular.
Yeah.
It's garbage, bro. I watched the dude do this in reverse. He deconstructed one of these infomercials, and basically he was, like, you know, decent build.
Yeah.
And then he, like, chugged a gallon of chocolate milk and then drank a 2-liter of soda and
think I
then
saw the
poked his
same
gut
video,
out,
bro.
poked
Yeah.
his gut out and, like, here's the before picture. They took it.
Right.
And then, you know, before he did all, like,
Dehydrated himself.
right,
And
before he
just,
did
like,
all that shit, and then, right, and then showed him normally.
Yep.
And he was like, all right, no goat pucking. I mean, no
No goat pucking here,
no
buddy.
goat pucking. No gut poking, and took that picture, and it
Yeah.
looked like the before and after you would see on an infomercial.
And it was the same dude. I think I saw the
Same dude,
thing.
fucking garbage, man.
But I mean, like, seriously, like, honestly, bro, like, you and I could do that. Like, you could definitely do it probably better than I can because you're in better shape than me. But like, you could, like, fast for a day and like don't just eat a bunch of salt and don't drink water.
Yeah.
And then like work out real quick and then do a photo shoot.
What does that do
And
if you
you'd
eat
be
a bunch
like
of salt?
super torn up.
What happens if you?
It suck all the fluid out of your
It's gotta
body.
be bad for you. Huh?
Oh, it's super bad for you.
Why are you recommending I do bad shit for myself,
So you look
man?
dope in photos.
All right, thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
So then you do-
Evidently, somebody thinks you look dope because they just called in and professed their love for you.
Well, that dude ain't lying. I got a tight ass.
Yeah, well, he's in gay love with you.
Fuck that dude. He can suck my dick as far as.
Hey, man, he's another Reloaded504 fan. Don't.
I mean, I
listen
love
to
all
what,
my fans, but fuck that dude.
Don't listen to what Todd's saying, man. Todd, he doesn't mean everything he says.
I'm not opposed to homosexuals, man. I
he's-
really am not. But I don't
he's-
like people being aggressive like that.
Keep the love coming, son.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta love someone sometime.
Keep it coming, man.
You can love Todd all you want.
You can. You can love me
Gravy.
from afar.
I think when somebody turns 18, they should put them in a room with access to every drug. All they have to do is press a button and they get that drug, right? And then they should observe them for like a month. If this person does not become a fiend, and they can be released into society if they don't become a fiend, right?
Yeah.
If they become a fiend, then we put them in a slave position, you know? Like sex traffickers can come and have the pick of the litter. We can get slaves to do all the crappy labor work like sewer digging and
this
stuff.
is just ridiculously flawed from like from the first. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna put all of our virgin-minded children into a study to where they get to choose to take any drug that they want,
Right.
and then when they
Virgin-minded children. They're 18 years old, man.
okay 18-year-olds minded children.
Right. And we tell them, look, if you become a fiend, you're going to be a slave for life.
Right. So we tell them that
So they're
if
well
they-
aware.
Fiend, right? So but describe what fiend is, I guess.
He just keeps tapping the fucking button. He like is not concerned about eating, shitting, bathing, none of that shit.
Okay.
Fiend.
So that's the line that you draw. Is that where you? I mean, because you're gonna have to define that. But anyway, so the 18-year-old gets to tap the fucking button as long as he wants to and get as much dope as he wants.
Yeah.
And
Like a monkey. Like a test monkey.
like a test monkey. And
yeah, but it's a person.
Right, okay, so I keep hitting the button, right? What happens if I'm the dude that keeps hitting the button, and then I'm just, like, grabbing the pills and, like, storing them because I want to sell them later?
No, you're being watched the whole time. We'll be able to tell that you're trying to keister the pills.
I'm smooth like that. Like I'm putting them in my mouth and then swashing them in and then putting them under my nutsack, and you ain't seeing that shit.
I don't know, man. Then maybe you might get mistaken as a future slave.
Okay.
So what? That idea's flawed because you might have had a mistaken identity. It's just you. Everybody else. Every great nation was built on the backs of slaves. So we got to figure out a way to come up with some slaves.
Okay, slaves. How about this though? Why we haven't even gotten slaves? We haven't even gotten past the people that can't stop pressing the button. You have to explain that to the people.
Well, I mean, those people are going to be slaves. I don't owe them any explanation.
Right, and then
shine my shoes, bitch.
So
fiend, here's a rock.
So they have basically the so they can hit the button on what is the run of drugs that they have, like
whatever they want, everything out there.
So they got like they got a tap of the dopest beer, and they have like bottles of the finest fucking champagne. And
not beer and champagne, motherfucker. Like heroin, crack, fucking meth, fentanyl, fucking Xanax, everything.
And if they keep hitting it,
right, then they're banished to slavery for life, and they know this before they start this process, and it takes a month.
I think I might be starting to come around to your line of thinking, but I still think that it's fucking way extreme. Like, I don't think it would ever gain traction.
No, it would never gain traction.
But I think
it's way extreme.
I think I'm maybe trying to see what you're getting at. Like, at first I was like, that's ridiculous. I think I might see it a little bit. Yeah. But I still think it's pretty fucking ridiculous.
It's hella appetizing when you consider that maybe we'd have a nation of slaves, like, uplifting us. You know what I'm saying?
That's only...
Think about Rome. Think about Egypt. I'm just saying.
But then, okay, so then you would have to discount the fact that science tells you that addiction is an illness.
I mean, that's how they want to classify it, because they got to treat it, so they got to put it in some kind of pigeonhole.
But they're not... But that's the thing, bro. They're not treating it. They're just throwing people in jail, so...
No, they're not treating it. They're classifying it as an illness, but... those people aren't the same people that are fucking throwing people in jail for it. Because the people that are throwing people in jail for it are making money off of them. So take them all out of jail, make them do something positive, like build our nation.
So free them all.
Yeah.
Put them in a place, test them.
Yeah.
Put them through the... No. What the fuck kind of shit is that?
Dude, Japanese pilots...
I don't care about Japanese
crystal
pilots.
Meth to fucking fly into shit. Kamikazes,
so do
bro.
fucking American truck drivers.
Yeah, well, it works, bruh. I'm just saying, you don't see that? It works, bro.
Can we clink glasses so I can imbibe this?
What are we clinking glasses of?
Brass monkey!
Whoa!
That funky monkey!
Let's do that. 1, 2, 7. This one goes out to my recently deceased partner, Kelvin.
Kelvin, I love you, homie.
May you rest in peace.
That's real.
Yep. So sorry to see him go, bro. That was very, very...
That's hard, man. It's really hard to take.
Very sudden.
Man, Kelvin was dope. I love that cat, man. So our birthdays were similar, I guess, in proximity. So we always basically shared a birthday party at Dave's crib, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah.
Came across that joint birthday cake picture.
Yeah,
with your mini box of Franzia on it.
It was a great night. I think that might have been the night that Dave and Courtney like tried to take advantage of me by over imbibing me, like basically alcohol poisoning me. And then I mean it was kind of crazy. Then they forced like this weird like beer hat on me.
No way.
And then shoved me outside into the wilderness.
Silence.
Yeah.
No way. Moving on from heinous accusations.
These accusations are
heinous, unfounded, alleged.
I would never use the word heinous. I
don't know. I was trying to figure out how to construct this idea and pitch it to you. It's very involved and kind of weird. But I feel like there is...
open-minded type of person.
I hope so. Check it out. I feel like there is a worldwide conspiracy going on, and we're all victims.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want someone to relinquish control of something to someone else, you just create a place for them to store it. And it's happening all the time. Like centralized banking. Now, nobody's using cash. We're not backed by the gold standard. We don't even see our money anymore. It's electronically transferred. We electronically spend it, and it electronically disappears.
Okay.
Right? Information on the internet. Now, libraries are disappearing, and people don't know how to use a library, and they don't remember shit because they have a place to store all their information.
Right.
You ain't got to remember this. Just put the link somewhere if you feel it, or you could just Google it later on. It's always going to be there.
And knowledge is becoming a lost commodity, right?
Yeah. So that's my spiel. Like, they create a place for you to store it, then you no longer remember it because they created a place for you to store it. Who remembers? You said it yourself. Who remembers phone numbers anymore? Nobody.
Nope.
It fucking disappeared.
And that's why. So, you have basically sites nowadays. When you register for sites, you say that, or you'll notice that they're recommending their own passwords. Like they're saying, all right, here's this strong password we recommend, and it's like just a bunch of fucking random.
Yeah, fuck that. I never
characters.
accept that shit.
I never have either, but that's something new that they're trying to introduce. Like, yo, here is this encrypted random password we've created for you to make it easy for you to sign in, and it's secure.
Right. As if they don't know that shit too because it was generated by them.
I mean, honestly, Dave, if you fucking, like, when I create my password and it's like, I want to go fuck Dave's wife tomorrow, 21?3, like, whatever, like, anybody can find that shit.
Write that shit down, yo. I'm listening.
Anybody can find that shit. Like, it doesn't matter what your password is, it's not secret.
I don't know, man. I'll put this out there for all our Reloaded504. I use patterns on the keyboard. So, like, the pattern of a star right in the center of your keyboard is going to be some shit like 7VKF. Look it up, and whatever. Nobody's going to figure that shit out.
I thought that was unique to you until I just started a new job, and that's exactly what their IT guy does.
Their business model is based off of my genius.
Well, then your genius is too well known. Then
it's taking the world by storm.
Your genius, obviously. I'd like to co-sign on that genius because hopefully, if what you're saying is the truth, and I'd like to get. Hopefully you're getting concessions off that.
It's the truth. Like Popeyes. It's the truth.
Like the Popeyes recipe.
Yeah, man. It's the truth. I did not know this actually existed, but did you realize that too much masturbation can give you penile fracture?
What's that?
It's another truth.
Okay, but what is penile fracture?
Well, obviously you would be stumped because there's no bone in the penis, right?
Yeah, but
But
I mean,
it's fractured. Ruptured
that
chambers.
sounds fucking really bad.
Yeah, man. Ruptured chambers.
Yeah, I'm familiar with. So I can imagine
With blood.
I can imagine an erect shaft.
Yeah, and you rupture certain chambers in the sponge, and blood like pools up over there. And then guess what it does to you? It makes your dick crooked.
Crooked dick.
Yeah,
So maybe that's why Mystical said, "Dicky crooked like a roach leg."
maybe. Could be because
So he
he
got that in
masturbated
the
too
army.
much.
He was jerking off in the army too much.
Jerked off too much. Dick got crooked like a roach leg. And he was like, "Fucking, I'm putting it out there. It rhymes." Yeah. So
When science and hip hop merge.
you know, it's fucked up. Right after I found this on the internet, I saw a commercial, and they're offering to straighten crooked penises through surgery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what.
What if you prefer? What if you have a straight dick and you want a curved one?
They could probably do that for you too, or just go masturbate too much. Maybe you go into a clinic and they masturbate you like 10 times in an hour.
Okay, so
They
this
just
is
stroke it until it's fucking pointing left or something. I don't know.
well. So I don't know if like, so I've had a woman, I'm left-handed. I've had a woman ask me like, why does your dick lean to the right? And I'm like, I mean, I've never had like a medical explanation, but I think it's probably because I'm left-handed and like I'm used to just it, like whenever I manipulate it, it probably goes that way. Like most people's probably goes the other way because they're right-handed.
That was a very medical term, manipulate. I like that.
It's science, man. I think that's it. Like left-handed people, dude. I can tell you, I can verify that it's science because the way that clothiers make pants.
Mm-hmm. Do tell.
Okay, so if you look at your pants, if all men, probably women too, I'm not familiar with women's clothing. You look at your pants, it's gonna have a if it has a fly, it's gonna have a fly and also
Off to the right, a fly flap.
It has a fly flap off to the right.
Accessible only by your right hand.
And
God, you must feel so put out, bro.
that serves many purposes.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so not only a matter of ease of access to the cock to urinate or what have you. So that's all backwards to left-handed people.
Right,
But we don't know that, right? We don't know it because that's just we were born that way.
right.
I sound like a gay person.
I know, you do.
I'm cool with it.
Me too.
Maybe
I'm
I am, but I'm
gonna
not.
Edit that out totally one day.
'Cause I was born this way.
Please, continue.
So yeah, so you know, it's like just I guess physiology, right? Like that's just the way it works. So I remember telling a girlfriend, like I think that's how it works, and she was like, "Oh my God, you should be a scientist because that makes perfect sense. I've always wondered."
Were y'all drunk at the time? Because that didn't make awesome, perfect sense to me. Like you haven't wowed me just now. So
I know, I
like,
hear
oh my
ya.
God.
This person was easy to wow. It was like, look, I just tied my shoes. She was like, oh my God, you're so smart.
Okay. Did we go through the FBI profiler? No, we didn't. Did we?
No.
Where the fuck was that at? I thought it was funny how people vilify cops because they profile, right?
Oh, okay.
And they're like, that's a bad quality in a cop. He was profiling. That's what
Right.
they say all the time, right?
Right.
Well,
I mean, isn't that kind of their job?
essentially, people are saying that they're not supposed to do that. They're just supposed to protect and serve. Imagine that. But FBI agents, like, that's part of their job, right? To work up profiles of
Definitely, right.
different criminals, right? So I want you to pretend you're an FBI agent right now.
Sure.
All right, and you're figuring out a profile for the type. You're constructing a profile like they do for like serial killers and shit.
Yep.
You're constructing a profile for the type of woman that does not give blowjobs. Ready? Go.
Okay, so what we have here is obviously a I'm guessing she's a woman, probably 5'6", average height woman, probably a little bit heavy set, 180.
Okay, that's pretty chunky. How old?
She don't suck no dick, so she's young.
So this phenom only occurs in young women.
I mean, this is wishful thinking.
Okay, but what we're essentially trying to do here, Todd, is we're trying to
Right.
create a
Right.
profile of a
Right.
person that doesn't give a
Right.
blowjob, and then Reloaded 504ians, all our male Reloaded 504ians, can use this profile next time they're in the bar casing the joint. They're like, don't pick up on that woman, because
Okay.
Todd from Reloaded 504 says
Right.
she's most likely
This is
not
hard,
to suck
Dave.
dick.
This is hard because it's something that I've only run into once in my life, and it's kind of a sensitive story. So
It exists. It exists out there. It's very real. Who the hell wants to spend
Okay, so-
half their night and all their resources and
Right,
5 drinks and maybe
right,
dinner
right. I
on a
hear ya.
bitch
I
that
don't
doesn't
know.
suck dick and be like, what?
Well, maybe you should just profile these young ladies beforehand. Like, I don't know, maybe make insinuations, like, like blowjob references beforehand, I guess, maybe. Like
Well, you
hey,
can put out feelers, but
like,
I want them to have the benefit of a
like
profile.
I don't know, maybe like shove an ice cube in their mouth and see how they react to that, or like order them a Bloody Mary and then like ask the bartender to put a whole pickle in there and then fucking shove the pickle in their mouth and see what happens.
All right, I tell you what, I'm gonna create the profile.
It's a difficult question, Dave. How about I flip it on you? I want to know what your description of a.
All right, I'll do it, but you got to do me a favor. Can you get me a beer while I answer this? Because
If I can take my headphones off and chew my pretzel.
this is serious. Yeah, chew your pretzel away from the mic with the headphones off. The pop top is right over there. All right, check it out. This is going to be this woman can exist at any age, right? The younger, probably the more likely, but not necessarily. What's that? It's in there. Okay, so this lady, will say she's, we'll start off with a bracket. We'll say 20 to 40. That's your picking up women's age, right? Thank you, man. 20 to 40. She's going to have light colored hair. That's just my theory. You don't have to agree with it, but
I can feel like, yeah, light hair.
yeah, light colored hair. She's going to maybe come from the mindset that she is really good looking. Like she thinks a lot of herself, you know?
Yeah.
To some
can see
degree. If she holds her pinky out while she takes a sip of her drink, don't lose hope, okay? It's a 50-50. But if she holds her pinky out while she takes a sip of a drink and she still likes bottled beer or she laughs at your dirty jokes, don't worry about the pinky. But
What are you suggesting?
if she holds her pinky out and only wants wine coolers or martinis or anything that ends in teeny, especially, and does not appreciate crude humor, let it go. That's one of those. This is one of those people we're profiling. She does not give a blowjob.
No, she doesn't. And
No.
if she does, it's like she uses her teeth, and it probably intentionally.
Yeah, horribly. So, as far as how she decorates herself, we're gonna go with preppy. All right, preppy. We're gonna go with Old Navy plus a little bit of panache. Like she probably has a flashy brooch or a flashy purse that costs more than her outfit.
Yep.
That type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Her hobbies may consist of horseback riding.
Yeah. Something to that effect. She is not going to suck your dick.
Synchronized swimming.
I'm in no way, shape, or form discrediting these women.
Not
as
only is she
people.
not going to suck dick, but she's not going to be very good at anything
she's-
with her clothes off.
Yeah, she's not going to add to your situation.
No.
You're not going to be like, whoa, never felt that before.
Yep.
No,
No,
everything's
you're
going to
be like, whoa, I
textbook.
haven't quite ever been so bored in my life.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why did I buy those drinks?
You'll finish having sex with her and be like, didn't your mama ever teach you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A, B, C, D, E, like shit like that? you
Right.
know? So-
It's not shake what your mama gave you. It's shake or get
And-
up.
Hey, to all my Reloaded504 is, I don't want you to ever end up in a situation. I care about y'all, so this is why I'm putting it out there like this. Okay. Another red flag, if you will, that gets thrown up that may tell you that she is not going to suck your dick is she won't let you cop a feel on the dance floor.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Yeah, she's like too proper for a cop a feel on the dance floor, then she's too proper for a BJ behind closed doors.
Definitely. Look,
So-
if you need to cut some rug and she's cool with it, and then you start cutting and you're cutting too hard,
Just massaging, just massaging.
yeah, it might be time to rethink.
Just knocking on the door to see, what the temperature is inside of there,
Yeah.
So
something to rethink.
look out for these things because
Definitely.
this is prior to the fuck side of the menu. I mean, if you want to get laid, you go out and buy this girl lobster. That's the fuck side of the menu.
You just
okay?
realize you got played when you pull your wang out on the drive home, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, she's like, what?
I was like, "Bitch, lobster.
Yeah.
That's a fucking lobster. That's what that is."
I don't want that happening to anybody that's a fan of ours.
Don't feel played.
I would feel played if
When
I
you
didn't
pull
spit it to you like this right now.
When you pull your dick out, you want it to be admired and sucked upon.
Yeah, man. You don't want it to be looked at like, what the hell is that thing doing out in front of my face? No.
You really want it to be embraced with the kindest of words.
Oh, one last thing. If she's got long hair and she doesn't have a hair tie,
Just yank that shit.
it ain't going down, bro. It ain't going down. Unless you hold it up, it's not going to happen, bro. You need to make sure she's got some kind of hair artillery to get it out of the way of her mouth. Otherwise, she wasn't planning on doing it in the first place.
Exactly. Make sure. You know what? Invest in scrunchies because they making a comeback, and I'm putting my money on them.
Yeah, well, she better own a scrunchie or else she ain't going down on you.
Everybody's gonna own a scrunchie, Dave, because we making scrunchies.
We're bringing them back.
No, that's something we need to discuss seriously.
So, yeah, that was just a quality statement. I just want to put it out there.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. We're still testing 1 2.
1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry. Should I go ahead and open my list of discussion?
You ain't got a fucking list.
Man,
Shut up.
I got so many lists, bro. Can you tell me a little bit about AWB?
The average white band.
Is that what that's?
That was on your list?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, right.
My list.
It's the average white band.
Thank you.
That was
Why
probably
would
like
you ask me where my questions?
one of the
arrive
whitest
from?
groups that ever got honored by BET. Because
One of the whitest groups.
Yeah.
Well, they named themselves the Average White Band. Of course, they were one of the whitest groups.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, they could have had other white groups up there, but they got honored at the BET Awards as one of the most sampled groups in hip-hop.
Really?
They're a funk band. They're a funk band
Feel ya,
from
feel
the
ya.
70s.
Right? What's one of their most? I mean, I'm honestly.
Fuck, I don't know. I'm not good at naming names. Cut the Cake. That's one of them. Check them out. If you don't know what's happening, Average White Band, Cut the Cake, and many others, funky as shit. Like,
Word.
go get some toilet paper for your ears after you hear that shit because it's that fucking funky.
Damn.
Yeah,
Shit might
man.
leak out your ears, so toilet paper up.
Yeah, man.
That's like Hey, you ever seen these fucking things?
What is that? Pickles for what? Buffalo kosher? What the fuck does that mean?
It means
What is kosher? That means it was not around pork?
It just means that for Jewish people can eat it.
Yeah, I think
For
so.
people
but
like me and you,
I
it
didn't
means
know.
nothing.
I didn't know that Jewish people were in a dilemma about having anything to do with buffalo.
Apparently, pickles are a big thing for Jewish people.
How about that?
So they have to make sure that the pickles are good.
How about that
Like
one?
every pork product has kosher or not.
Right.
You ever notice pickles are the same way?
No. So what is that, a niche or useless?
I think pickles and pork, like they pray about.
Well, there's pickled pork.
Look, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I just don't know about Jewish people. I've had sex with Jewish people, but we've never discussed their rituals.
Belief systems after sex? No.
No, not during, before, or after. We have discussed the weird hairs that grow on Jewish people's bodies, though.
I had no idea.
Yep, they grow some crazy shit.
I don't know. My mom was married to a Jewish dude for a time, for a spell.
Yeah.
He had more hair on his back than I don't even know.
Hence the fucking hair shit
Yeah.
that I just talked about.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, shout out to Mariana Silver, a producer out of Wilmington, Delaware. She sent us some emails talking about she liked the show and everything. She tried to sell us some shit, but
Really?
she sent love nonetheless, so I want to send her some love back. So, what up, Mariana Silver?
Yeah, what's up?
Thanks
What
for
is she
listening,
selling?
baby.
I didn't get this one.
I don't know. It was another service we could put our show on or some shit like that.
Oh, that's that chick from Hulu, huh?
Could be. I don't know. I forget. In general, with the exception of a few calls, including that one I just played, which was hilarious.
Hilarity.
Your fan. That dude was creepy. I could not get people to call in this week. The phone lines have
Where'd
gone
you find that fucking guy?
dead. I didn't find him anywhere. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Apparently, you found him with your ass when you bent over. So, yeah. Anyway, the phone lines are pretty much dead. And every episode, we subject ourselves to the rigors of inebriation, all for the sake of the listeners, for free.
I feel as though my health is suffering for the listeners.
My liver is screaming. Reloaded504ians, if you're listening out there, you dirty motherfuckers, what the fuck are you doing? My liver is crusty right now. I need some calls to make it all worth my while so I can explain to the doctor why I did it.
It's
and
like
just
a
press
sponge.
play. He'd be like, why did you do this to your liver? And I'll be like, play. And then all of y'all chime in. He's like, oh, you got the love.
Now it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't allow our livers to sponge up. We
No.
can't afford these things.
Fuck that.
Give us the love.
Like I
Give us
said,
the love to explain to our physicians.
man,
Which
like
really good.
we talked about this in a previous episode. If my doctor tells me I'm going to need a liver in 10 years because of the way I'm drinking, then he's on notice, bitch. He knows, source me a liver, you got 10 years to do it, I'll be back in 10 years. Because I ain't changing. I'm not changing.
You need to, I mean, take a policy out, man. Liver
Find
policy.
me a liver. Find me a liver. How hard is that to do? People die every day.
I
Cut
mean,
somebody
shit.
open, yank that motherfucker out, put it on ice, I'll be back in 10 years.
You can have my liver anytime, bro.
Well, that shit ain't gonna be worth nothing to me.
I love you, and you can have my shit all day.
Your crusty ass liver ain't gonna be no
Dude,
better than mine.
I will
That'd be
pull
like
it out of me right
swapping
now
That
while
robbing
I'm living
Peter to
and
pay
throw
Paul.
it at you, and you can have it.
No,
And I'll
No.
still probably live longer.
no.
Because I'm telling you, I have a liver.
I got shit to do, man. I can't wait for your liver to rejuvenate itself. That motherfucker's gonna be so unhealthy, bro.
Liver comes out strong. It already
garbage.
comes out with like it's been to a concert. It's got the Rolling Stone lips on it. It's like
It's got stones, all right, bro.
Nah, no stones.
Hey, we were talking about fractured penises. Can you multitask while masturbating, or is that the only task that you can't multitask at?
Yeah, I'm sure you can multitask. While
No, I mean like you personally. Anybody. Like
Oh.
you gotta inject
Yeah,
your own
definitely.
personal
Definitely.
experience.
I can vouch for the fact that I can.
So you could like back in the day, you could like do homework while you were jerking off.
I mean, I'm not gonna say homework, but I could do other things.
Like
right? So,
you're jerking off, you get a call from your dad, you still keep
I can
jerking
do.
off while you're talking to your dad.
Yeah. Hey,
Your
appreciate.
dad's a listener too. He's gonna be like,
Well, I mean, he never
calling you
called
again.
me, so I don't give a fuck. He can go fuck himself with that. Fuck you.
Now people have to wonder what you're doing on the other end of the line.
I mean, who the fuck answers the goddamn phone when they jerking off anyway? Nobody.
It depends. You could be
But
waiting
you know
for
what
an
people-
important call.
But you know what people do, especially when
do?
they're like teenagers or young, is they answer the phone when they're having sex.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, hey, I'm having sex. Hey, mom, or hey, dad, like.
That's sex though. Like you could still keep rocking.
Right.
But
Nobody does it while they're jerking off.
masturbating,
Nobody
right,
does it. That's
yeah.
like a fucking
'cause
special
you'll get bored
time.
real quick.
Yeah, bro. You don't want to fucking jerk off and. Like, if you get caught jerking off, that's way worse than getting caught fucking.
So is it different when you're older or younger, or does it matter?
I mean, I guess when you get older, you just don't give a fuck. Like, so when you get older, you know everybody fucking jerks off. So if you walked in on me jerking off, I'd be like, hey, sorry, bro. I'm
Yeah.
just
Why do
trying
you
to
think that's so weird? You gonna make fun of me for jerking off? I'm gonna make fun of you for making fun of somebody that jerks off.
Yeah, it's just like something that everybody does. But I mean, I'll still make fun of you farting, right? Because
Right.
who cares? Everybody does it.
Farts are
It's
funny. 24/7.
So is jerking off, the way I
Yeah.
see it.
So it doesn't matter if you're older or younger.
Shooting loads in people's faces is hilarious to me.
Why is it commonplace as they get older to become quote unquote out of touch?
What do you mean?
Like as they get older, they become out of touch with the
Human nature, bro. I mean, you're not gonna
current day's goings on. I don't know. However you want to put that.
because you, for a lot of reasons, I think, right? Like you give many less fucks,
Yeah.
and you just aren't like your peers. You have less link to all of that. The networks have
You
been
think-
detached.
You think it's intentional?
No, I don't. I think that the way that it works is that, like, let's say that like everybody's tethered in humanity, and then like as you get older, you kind of rise up, and like these people rise up a little slower, and like maybe I don't know, like these tentacles connect to the
That's
other.
very graphic, bro. I think for me personally, current events don't matter as much. Like current music doesn't matter quite as much. I've enjoyed going back further, like well before I was born.
I have
exploring
in the past.
music that was around when I was too young to even know what
Sure.
the fuck, you know,
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
like that. That's mattered more to me for some reason. So, and current events, as far as like pop stars and shit, I'm like, what the fuck is this dude popular for in the first place? Like, that doesn't hold much weight with me. You know?
Okay. I think maybe so new. I think maybe I'm coming from a different angle. Is that I give all of these cats a chance. Like I think it's garbage at first, but then it's gonna, like I think it always catches up with you, and then or at least it does with me.
Well, they put that shit on rotation. You hear it every fucking day.
No, but like, all right, like I'm not ashamed to admit this that like I'm a big like Taylor Swift fan. Like I don't care. Her shit is catchy and it catches me, and I like it.
No. I haven't
Miley
given her a
Cyrus, love her shit. I don't know why, but like her shit, just like Born in or Party in the USA. If that shit is played at like wherever I'm at, I'd be like, whoa, my god!
chance. Really?
Fuck yeah,
I
dude!
couldn't even tell you what that song sounds like.
It's a party in the USA.
That shit is your fire.
Super gay, bro. It's like just a super lame, like it's super pop song. Like as poppy as a song could get.
Yeah.
But for some reason, my
Well,
ears
that
just
shit sounds like it's your
caught up.
fire.
Like I don't know, bro. Like I guess maybe I don't know. My level of I don't understand how when people are like, "Yo, what kind of music do you like?" and I'd say like Post Malone, and it'd be like, "What?" Like,
It's better than saying pop music to me.
But who gives a fuck what I say? Like, it doesn't matter what I say, right? Like, it shouldn't.
They shouldn't judge you for it. They should be like, okay, that's part of you.
It shouldn't make any fucking fuck to anybody. But like, society is so.
That's how they fucking classify
Society
you, bro.
is so used to being like, you're gonna name some like fucking indie shit that I ain't never heard before and be like, oh yeah. What if I don't say that shit? What if I say Post Malone? Like that's gonna fuck with people. It fucks with people.
You should be like Elmo.
No, I mean
that Tickle Me Elmo song.
I tell people Post
To die
Malone and they
for.
don't know how to respond. Like in a room full of people that are like sharing like who their favorites are, they're all thinking so hard. Like, I don't know, like the Purple Flames and like you know like whatever, dude. Like fucking some indie band or like some
impressive. They're trying
But
to
if you
impress
like
people.
drop
with
like
this
Britney Spears, and
Yeah.
then they'll be like, what the fuck? And then like, but that's the motherfucker that's currently
fucking
making the most
society,
money.
bro. That's society as a whole.
That's
Seriously.
That's why I'm.
It's not impressive. They're not impressed by it, so they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's not a popular answer, I guess.
I like it though.
Yeah.
Like
I wanted
do like it.
Yeah.
Personally, I like it, and I embrace it, and I tell people that I like it.
I'm not with you on the Britney Spears, bro. I'm just saying.
No, not Britney Spears, but like.
I would have got with her. I would have been
Taylor
like
Swift.
the Federline. I would have been the Federline.
No, I was never a fan of Britney Spears, but like I said, like Taylor Swift, I'm a big fan of hers.
No, not me.
Yeah, like her songs come on the radio, and I legit get I really get excited.
God, I'm disappointed in that.
You shouldn't be.
I really am.
And then like I said, Party in the USA, if that came on, I'm gonna play it right now for all of our fans.
No, please, God, don't.
I'm doing it.
I'll stop the episode.
It's a party in the USA.
I'll fucking press stop, dude.
All right, fine. How about if I play a Taylor Swift song?
Play it afterwards so I can shake my head then. Like, there's no way.
No, I'll just play it in the background. Continue your jibber
No,
jabber,
don't
bro.
play in the background, bro. That shit is garbage. We got 7 minutes left, man.
Talk, bro.
I wanted to talk about playing with fire.
It's a party in the USA.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
wanted to talk about playing with fire.
Okay, let's play. Let's talk.
One of the experiences I had was my uncle used to let me chill in his room when he was gone because he would he always had cool rock CDs like when fucking Guns N' Roses first came out, he got the CD and I'm like, wow, you know, and I'd sit in front of his stereo and listen to that shit.
Right.
Well, I found his cologne one time, his Pierre Cardin cologne, right? And also found a lighter of his. I was digging through all this shit while I was listening to this music.
That's kind of fucked up.
I
I used
know.
to do the same shit.
And so, like, I sprayed his cologne on his mirror and then lit it on fire. And I'm, like, listening to Guns N' Roses. I'm like, this is fucking awesome! Right? And I'm, like, you know, turning the lights out, setting shit on fire. I thought it was so fucking cool.
Giving
man.
no thoughts to the fact that he's going to show up and be, like, wanting to murder you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was stinking up the fucking room and everything. Like, there was no concealing this happened.
Yeah.
And then he's missing mad amounts of cologne, which nobody in their right mind would wear at once. So, yeah, he was suspicious, to say the least.
You created suspicion.
Yeah, slightly. Not too long after that, I was with a friend, like, down the block, and we were by this little patch of woods, and we had smuggled some fireworks from, I don't even know where. We fucking lit a firework up, and then we're standing there laughing because it almost hit us, and we had to, like, jump and run. And then we're like, what is that noise crackling? And it was the fucking forest on fire. We just ran, dude. And it ended up catching, like, 4 acres of forest on fire.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I know. We're sitting at home going, everything's cool, everything's cool, waiting for hearing the fire truck, and there's no fire truck coming because we live out in the woods. Well, we were out in the woods at my grandparents' house, and yeah, caught 4 acres on fire.
Damn,
and that was that dude Nicky Aparicio. We were like knee high to a turd, bro.
That's crazy. I
I
think
know.
that's a dude that I used to get. I used to talk to that dude back in the 90s.
Yeah, no shit. Yep, caught shit on fire.
Yeah, you
And,
have a lot of good fire stories, Dave. I'm not gonna lie. Like, since I've known you, you've caught on fire. I think maybe twice.
myself personally, like my body, I caught on fire once.
Oh, my bad. Only once. Then.
Well, I mean, technically, like seriously, saturated with gas on fire, running, screaming,
Yeah.
that type
Yeah.
of fire.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
relevant as far as like a fire story.
Right. But other fire stories, yes, I have other fire stories. Yep.
I thought that's why you brought up this whole fire subject. I thought that was the climax of this.
But the climax was the funny shit about fucking lighting the mirror on fire and all of that stuff. Like, can you imagine listening? Like, Guns N' Roses is brand new. You're listening to Axl scream in your ears with headphones on. Yeah, like, welcome to the jungle. And you're standing in your uncle's bathroom and the lights are out and you just lit his whole mirror on fire. And you're like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Fuck yeah.
fucking music video or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, man, we're almost to an hour, man. We ought to cut them off and start a new one, bro.
Nah, we got some. I mean, you call it.
Yeah, I think so. I don't have a 2.5 minute subject, so I think we're going to give them the love. We're going to sign out and be out. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in, Reloaded504ians. We love y'all.
You guys are great.
Yeah, you're coming back for more, right? Yeah, you
Can't
are.
wait to have you.
Yeah, you are, you dirty slut. You're coming back for more.
Oh, I know you want it.
Yeah, you want it all the time. Peace.